Senior Moments, sponsored by the Empowering Seniors Group on News Talk KVNU, 102 FM and 610 AM.
Good morning and welcome to the Senior Moment Show. My name is Bruce Lee. My co-host is Sid Roeder.
Sorry.
She's giggling already.
Yes.
We're going to have a good time today. And we have co-host number 2, Bryce Patton.
Yes.
All of us are in the room today.
Yeah, it's kind of scary.
It's fun.
It'll be fun. We're going to have a fun show today. It's been a little bit crazy pre-show, just so you know. It might be a little goofy. But before we get into that, Sid, tell us about our sponsor.
Absolutely. Our sponsor is the Empowering Seniors Group, which is a group of professionals that has dedicated time and effort to provide seniors with information and also their family members and anybody who cares. If you'd like to learn more about the Empowering Seniors Group, you can do so online at empoweringseniors.info, or you can email us at empoweringseniorscv@gmail.com, and the CV stands for Cache Valley. And lastly, if you have any suggestions for the show, something we haven't talked about that you would like us to touch on, you can reach me personally at 435-512-6406.
And we just would love to have calls because Sid likes to receive them. And we'd love to hear back.
Bruce always teases about this, but I think sometimes you forget where we are. Cache Valley is a wonderful, polite area.
I'm being serious.
With very few exceptions, and so people usually don't call me wildly.
No, but we do love to hear from our listeners. We'd like to hear what your suggestions are. And so please, you can text that number as well. So if you don't want to make a phone call, you can text that number, and we'd love to get feedback. So we are going to have some fun today. Every once in a while, we like to kind of come back to why we do this, how it came about, who we are, why we do what we do in our specific businesses. And we wanted to have a little bit of a conversation about that today. So it's going to be kind of fun, might be a little loose, but I'm going to let Sid go first because she's been picking on me the whole time today.
My goodness. No.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll turn the first questions over to Sid and let her kind of go because I'm curious where she goes with this.
Oh, well, yeah, maybe we'll go back to the roots. Before I even met you, when I was starting to get a little bit concerned because I was watching my grandparents age and we have Alzheimer's and dementia going on, and I realized as that was going on in my family that my parents had to make some very quick decisions on placement in assisted living, on people coming in to help and things like that. And I realized that most people don't like about what happens in that stage of life, and that they're very ill prepared with all the things that come up with Medicare, with independent or assisted living facilities, with any outside help they can get, with medical issues that are senior specific, all that jazz. I can't even think about everything, estate management, all those things. And I kept thinking that I wonder how many old people get into that position where some decision needs to be made, and the family members make a decision, and it's maybe not the best decisions because they don't know what's all out there. So I thought there must be a better way to get that information out to people. And Bruce and I sat down, and this is now, 6 years ago or something like that?
I lose track, really. I don't.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's definitely been a while. Maybe 6 years isn't long enough. I have to think.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, so we sat down together, and I explained my thoughts. And you being in the industry of caretaking, you were. Yeah, I guess you agreed with me sincerely right away, and we started off with some seminars.
Yeah, well, that's my favorite part. I mean, honestly, we should talk about the story in terms of how we fail, because so many things in life have to do with, like, you have an idea and you go to do something and it just flat fails.
Oh, come on. I don't look at it as a fail, though. We had low attendance, but we learned a ton on how not to do it.
Yeah, so we have this great idea, and, just to add to what Sid was saying, from my viewpoint, from our business and being a personal care, home care agency, as I would work with people, I would see circumstances where maybe some things had happened to them that maybe could have been avoided if they had some better understanding of how services worked, or people were taking advantage. And we just don't want to see those things happen. And so we wanted to do service in the community, and we wanted people to understand what was available to them, but do it in a way where they could get the information and not be solicited by
sold,
somebody.
exactly.
But be able to choose. And so really that's, I think, what people want to be able to do is they wanted to be able to choose. And we thought, hey, you know what? Let's do a seminar. We'll bring people in. And, the seminar thing is sometimes used as a solicitation, and I don't mean to disparage anybody who's out there doing that particular thing. But, you come to a free seminar and you can kind of expect to get solicited, and we didn't want to do that. We wanted to really have professionals there and just answer questions and say, these are the things that are available for you. So we have this great idea, and we got volunteers, and Bragg was there, and they helped us to do it, and there's all kinds of great things that we wanted to do, and it was awesome. And I remember the day that we did it, it rained sideways that day. It was it March or April? It was in the spring.
It was early. I think it was early March.
It was raining, and the rain was going sideways. And we got into the room. We were doing it in the North Logan Library, and we had all our goodies, and our group of professionals was there ready to answer questions. And what I recall is the people that showed up were all other professionals. I'm not sure we had anybody in the room.
We did have like 2 or 3 people that were really just there, but they were invited through somebody. So I think we had like 2 or 3. That was it.
Yeah.
From sincere people interested in hearing what the professionals have to say.
Yeah. So we just didn't feel like we were able to reach what we wanted to do. We couldn't accomplish this mission of, how do we get this information out? How do we help people that might need this and do it in a way that would benefit them? And
then we came to the fun story where we found out why it had to be you, because you came with a good suggestion.
Well, yeah, that's when I had been thinking about doing a radio show as part of Comfort Care, and having people on and kind of doing something similar. But once we had done this, it really came together that we could really do some service here and do something that hopefully would be good. So therefore, we formed the Empowering Seniors Group, which is a group of professionals. Like just when Sid leads us in and talks about the group of professionals, that's why that's there. So that really is a group of professionals. They do give their time and money. They pay for this show, and the purpose of the show is educational. We have professionals come on, but we're really trying to help people understand, how do you access things like home care services, or at the time you were doing more real estate, but real estate services, or home health, or funeral services, or not funeral service, but funeral planning. How do you do those things and not have to sit across the table from a salesperson that's going to try to sell you?
Exactly. And that was the beauty. I mean, it took us a hot second to get enough people together out of each field to work with us and contribute and go on the show and do this. But yeah, I think now we have a pretty good group right now, and it's great to have everybody in and talk about their expertise. And I don't know if you want to tell any stories on the feedback you're getting out there.
Well, I run into people from time to time. We're coming up in our first break here in just a second. Maybe we can jump back into that. But yeah, I run into people in weird places, and they'll say, "Are you the one on the radio?"
Yeah, exactly. Yep, we're already coming up to our first break here, but I do want to share a little story, because I was sitting at the Home and Garden show, and that was the first time in March that I was sitting there and somebody walked past and heard my voice and said, "Are you Sid from radio?" So that kind of got me. Anyway, I think I got the time wrong this time. We're up on our first break, and this is the Senior Moment Show. Again, if you want to hear about if you want to learn about our sponsor, you can do so online at empoweringseniors.info. We're going to take a little break. We'll be right back.
Did you know 1 in 3 people will visit a nursing home? Did you know that once there, they will stay there for an average of 3 years? Did you also know there are insurance options that can help cover this experience? Hi, I'm Tracy Ferris with Blue Water Health Insurance. It's not cheap to stay in a full-fledged nursing home. Long-term care insurance can help you or a loved one get the care they need and deserve. If you wait until you need it, you may be too late. Give me a call at 435-890-8155.
Thanks, Mom. Thanks, Dad.
No problem, sweetie.
I can't believe you're able to fit everything in that little sedan.
Bye!
When they move out, you can move on to a house that fits your life. It's time to live in a space that fits your family.
Hi, this is Sid Roeder with Achievement Realty.
Let me help you to find a home that suits your needs and is less to take care of. Save money or even make money on the sale of your current home. Call me today at 512-6406, then list it, sell it, and move on.
Reed's Pharmacy in Hiram offers free delivery service 5 days a week, Monday through Friday throughout the valley. Just stay home and they will deliver to you. With 25 different suppliers, they won't have the shortage that others might have. Also, with compounding and many other services, they will be able to serve all your needs. In order to stay safe and help slow the spread, please call Reed's Pharmacy in Hiram at 245-DRUG, and they will take care of you.
This is Mark Thurston with White Pine Funeral Services. The best time to plan is when you have time to plan. Having a pre-arranged funeral gives peace of mind for everyone involved. White Pine will customize your final wishes to fit your needs, from a traditional burial to cremation to a custom headstone. White Pine also accepts pre-arranged plans from other mortuaries, and we will absorb any transfer or revocation fees. No penalty to you. Visit whitepinefunerals.com or come and see us for more information.
White Pine Funeral Services, here when you need us most.
Welcome back to the Senior Moment Show. If you're just joining us today, we're having a little fun here today, talking about our origins and roots and why we do the show. And it's been pretty fun and mostly mellow to this point. But I'm going to kick it back to Sid and see what her next question is.
Well, we kind of talked about stories, and once in a while we talk about some of the things that happened on the street, because I remember my first thing that I heard was somebody screaming across the parking lot at the school, "Did I hear you on radio?" So, do you remember any of the fun stories from the beginning?
I'll just share one. I will say that I have had unexpected places where people have asked me about this, and I'm always surprised by it because, this is fun, and we just, it's just me and Sid, and, Bryce is helping out with us now too. But I went into visit a family once, and I walked through the door, and I'm like, oh my gosh, we have a celebrity in the house. And I thought, that couldn't be more far from the truth.
Well, let's just say we
and
definitely
so
don't
it's
feel
weird,
like that.
just to be on the radio and have anybody recognize anything. But that one just kind of struck me as funny because it was so unexpected to me, and I don't think that at all. I mean, that's not. I don't think that at all.
That's not our purpose.
It's not a thing.
And I think from the other side, you don't perceive that for us, every time we do this, it's us. It's not, we don't know who's listening, so we never think about it.
Yeah. I'm grateful. I'd have to say that it does make me feel good. I like to do this show. It's fun. We have fun. But it makes me feel good that we are doing something that can serve and help this population.
Brings value
to
the
there are things that people need to know about, and I've had people make comments on those things too, which makes me feel good because that's the mission of this. And so certainly we get to talk about our businesses, and we get to talk about other businesses, and we've had some different interest groups on for sure, but I really feel good that people get to hear and learn about things that can help their lives be better.
So this gives me a good segue to actually really quickly give you a chance, Bruce. Let's talk about, you've got a couple things going on, or maybe Bryce can take one of them.
Well, Bryce should say something because he's been sitting here.
You know what? I am just loving the fact that I can just sit back and listen to you guys. I mean, part of the reason I'm excited to be part of this is I get to learn from you guys, but as well as the guests and all the different things that people are doing, and give me that information. And so for me, I'm just happy to be here and smile and be involved. So yeah, but yes, I'm with, I've been working with Bruce here. We do comfort care together, which has been fantastic. We do in-home care for people that might need it. But then we also have a new venture, which is RT Med Mobile, where we do medical equipment. And what kind of sets us apart, which is, I think, genius, is, if you need that medical equipment, instead of having to get in your car when it's cold or it's hard to get out, we'll come out to your house and do that. And so we can come out and then do those evaluations and see what things you might need around your home that you might not have thought of. And that's a lot of Bruce's brainchild there, but it's, it's really awesome.
Yeah, we see people who are at home, sometimes they have struggles that are ongoing. Sometimes they have struggles that are in the moment because there's been some type of an event. And that's just a difficult time. And we want to do things like be able to provide a helpful equipment, or if home services are needed or whatever, and be able to do it in a way that really does serve them and makes it easy for them to access. And so in addition, also, I guess, I don't know if we've talked about this before, but we have services like we'll come into a home and do a home safety assessment. So if you are in your home or you have a loved one that you're concerned about and you're worried about, maybe some things are changing as we age and getting around is getting a little scary, fall prevention is a big deal because falls literally are game changers that, someone who has been healthy their whole life, they're around doing all the things that they want to do, they're independent in every way, but they are getting older, so maybe the muscle strength is not there like it used to be, and then there's a fall. And it's for a silly reason because something was where it shouldn't have been, and now there's been some injury or something like that, and their life is now different, not just now but into the future, because that event was a point that was going to change their life forever because it was serious enough and they're just not going to recover. And so we do free in-home assessments to look at homes to say, give suggestions on, what they might do to be more safe. And Bryce actually does that.
Yeah, that's been one of the cool things is to go into someone's home and if you get comfortable in your own home and you've done something the same way for years and years and years, and so you walk in, it's like, hey, that area rug's in this spot, and this is just how my home is. And you don't look at it from an outside perspective. But I get to come in and look at different things, and through the trainings and experience that I've had, I've been able to look at, oh, okay, wait, you have this area rug. You see how it's curling up here and how you're starting to shuffle your feet? We might need to move this. And I have suggestions, and it's a way to help out and have a different perspective and give you ideas on how to stay safe. A lot of people, I've ran into a few different families that, they've had that fall and they're still able to get around, but now they're scared. And so they're stopping doing things that they enjoy because they're scared to fall. And our goal is that we can come in and help you have that confidence that you're able to get around your home or do the activities that you want safely so you can still enjoy life and live life to the fullest and be able to do what you need. And then if you do need help, we're there to support it, either if it's the medical equipment side of things or on the comfort care where we have a caregiver come in and help you get to do those things so you're able to enjoy life to the fullest.
There's even things that I've learned, like where shadows are or what pattern is on a carpet, that I didn't realize before I started doing this. But especially with a person that might be dealing with dementia, those things can really be a problem. And so they're just not things that you may notice. And so actually having somebody to come in to look at that can be very helpful.
We're already coming up on our second break here, but you just gave me an idea. Maybe when I deal with seniors in real estate, I need to have a Bruce and Bryce certified home with a little suggestion list on what to do if it's entailing dinners. Interesting idea. Well, we're coming up on our second break here in a hurry. Again, we are sponsored by the Empowering Seniors Group. If you'd like to learn more about the Empowering Seniors, you can do so online at empoweringseniors.info. Well, We'll take a little break. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
This is Brian Erickson for the Sunshine Minute. Each day, our nurses, CNAs, cooks and servers, housekeepers, laundry staff, music, recreation therapy teams, office staff, receptionists, and many more arrive around the clock. These heroes show up ready and willing to serve and protect our residents and clients. We are so grateful to our dedicated team. On behalf of the Board of Sunshine Terrace Foundation and our community, thank you to all of our employees for keeping us safe. We bring more to life together.
Did you know that one of the greatest threats to our quality of life is a fall? 1/3 of Americans 65 and older and 1/2 of those over 80 will fall this year. Many will never be the same again and some will never return to their homes. This is Bruce at Comfort Care. One of the ways we can help people stay in their home is through our free in-home fall protection survey. Let us help you identify these fall risks. Call us at 754-7676. Comfort Care, 754-7676.
It's tough knowing how to care for an aging parent. Mom has always been there for me, but now I need to be there for her. When we found out she needed surgery, I wondered how I could attend to her needs and still be mom to my kids. I was so relieved to learn about transitional rehab at Maple Springs in North Logan. From the nurses to the physical therapists, it was like their whole staff was focused on helping Mom get better. Maple Springs in North Logan was an answer to my prayers.
Learn more at maplespringsnorthlogan.com or call 753-9400.
Welcome back to the Senior Moment Show. If you're just joining us, we are talking about kind of the origins of how this show's come about and some of the things we're trying to accomplish from an educational perspective and how we want to serve our public. Before we went to break, we were really talking about some things that we can do in a home to help with fall prevention, and we didn't give a phone number, and so I thought I'll just let Bryce give it. What's a phone number to call if someone wants to schedule something like that?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. Yeah, if you have a question, again, they're free consultations. You can give our office a call at 435-260-6171. And if you, after hours, you want to call me, it's 801-602-6843. Give me a call. Unless you really want Bruce to come out, and then you can give him a call the office. But we've been talking about me and Bruce quite a bit. Sid, I'm curious, you do real estate, but you care so much about other things. What else do you have going on?
I also have an insulation company that also kind of... I think one of the things that connects all three of us is just the fact that we care about people. And even though I'm in real estate, and real estate agents often get accused of just wanting to make a quick buck and seal that deal, I really care about seniors in particular being able to age in place. So sometimes I have to help them transition out of a home because of a stair situation that I can't take away. But to me, it's just a privilege to be there and have connections like all of the people that are a part of the Empowering Seniors group and say, look, here's some options. There's maybe some things we can change in the home, some appliances helps that we can get you to be able to live there. Bruce can do a safety check or provide some home care so you don't have to go into an assisted living facility quite yet. So that connects us. And out of this real estate thing came the other thing, and now that it's getting frosty, it's probably a good time to talk about this, is that I realized coming from Europe, insulation is an under-visited subject here. Energy cost is rising, and just seeing sometimes how things are done in new construction and how they could have maybe been done a little better to get a better envelope on the outside of your home, got me interested in starting an insulation company. So I try not to be out there myself all the time, but I'm out more than I'd like to be. And that's what we do. So we assess homes and have a look at insulation. We can add in blow-in insulation. We do niche-y things. Sometimes people just add on. All of the bigger companies probably don't want to touch that. So our company is called Advanced Insulation, and we're based in Cache Valley.
What's the phone number?
The phone number is 435-800-0220.
Okay. And so you mentioned assessments. I heard that in all the things you were talking about. And so as I was thinking about new construction is easy, right? They need insulation. But if I've been in my home and I've heard some things about what's going on this year with the cost of energy, and that the costs for heat are going to significantly increase this year. And so I'm concerned about that myself. But if I want someone to come in and take a look at my house and give me an assessment to see whether or not additional insulation would help, or if what I have is adequate, what does that look like? Is there a charge for that? How long does it take? How does that work?
You just give us a call. Somebody will come out. Most likely right now still it might be me who's going to come out.
So that we get to meet the celebrity Sid.
Yeah. Thanks.
You might just get visits just for that. Her phone calls.
Oh my. Yeah. No, I'm just very interested to be honest and provide a product at a price, at a quality that I can 100% stand behind. So what we do is we come out. Most of the energy loss is typically through the attic. Sometimes people think just blowing in stuff is sufficient. Code is R49 still. I'm hearing that it's going to go up. But if things aren't sealed, the R value does not take into consideration if there's air movement. So one of the biggest things I always discover is that things aren't properly sealed, or that if you have ventilation through the soffits, that your attic space, that baffles weren't put up and your insulation's been blown around. So
is that something you can help with?
Yes. We do go in and we can fix that retroactively. It's a little bit time intensive because we have to move insulation around, and while we're at it, I often recommend to maybe top that off a little to get an R value that gives you better energy efficiency. But again,
do you have any idea about what kind of a cost savings people would realize there? I mean, how much, or a percentage that they'll have, anything like that?
There are too many factors that go into that. I actually would, at one point in time when I have an interesting home and I feel like we're doing a lot, I would love to compare their energy bill from one winter to the next. Absolutely. And also during summer with cooling, same thing. I mean, insulation helps in both directions and keeps your home cool and it keeps it warm. And yeah, there's a ton of things we can do. So if you would like to have a quote, winter's coming, want to have me have a look at your attic space, it's 435-800-0220.
And that's a different number than your cell phone number.
That's a different one. Well, 2 businesses, 2 numbers, right?
Right, gotcha.
Now, how far are you out on visits? Can you get out if they needed it this week and they wanted to get going before the winter, or are you out a few weeks?
In insulation, we're out right now 3 weeks before I can do an appointment, but we're at the end of our show. It was great fun. Thanks, guys. And for our listeners, we'll hope you tune in again next week.